It is the year 202 BC on the plains of Zama, North Africa. The final showdown of one of history's greatest conflicts, the Second Punic War, was about to unfold. The two colossal superpowers of antiquity, the Roman Republic and the Carthaginian Empire, met face to face on the battlefield. The two forces had been entangled in a prolonged and bloody war for the past 16 years, with no end in sight. The Romans, led by their experienced and competent commander, Publius Cornelius Scipio, fielded a force of about 35,000 to 40,000 troops. Scipio arrayed his men in the Roman Republic's standard triplex axis formation, which was not only standard, but successfully battle-tested during the times of the Roman Republic. Leading the forefront of the Roman army, the Velites skirmishers, the youngest recruits in the army. The first line of Roman infantry, the Hastati, was slightly older with minimal to some experience in battle. These men were capable in hand-to-hand combat. At the center and core of the Roman Republic's army were the Principes. These men were battle-tested, experienced and well-armed for combat. The final line were the Triarii, the elite soldiers of the Roman Republic's army. These men were the trusted backbone of the Roman army, and only ever entered the fighting if a Roman army was struggling. In an odd turn of events, Scipio had acquired the services of the Numidians. Their leader, Massinissa, had become the leading Numidian ruler and ally of Rome after Scipio's successful invasion of Carthage a few years prior. The Numidian cavalry were stationed on the right flank. Roman and Italian cavalry were positioned on the left flank. Although not as famed as their Numidian allies, the Roman and Italian cavalry were, however, better armed and armored, and had plentiful experience from Scipio's successful Iberian campaign against the Carthaginians. Opposing Scipio and the Roman army was the legendary Carthaginian general Hannibal Barca. Now well into his 40s, he was still a capable commander. He commanded a slightly larger force of about 40,000 to 45,000 troops. The center of Hannibal's army consisted of 3 separate divisions of infantry and was made up of multiple different ethnic groups that he had typically utilized throughout the Second Punic Wars. At the forefront of the Carthaginian center were the ever-dangerous African war elephants, a stable regiment of Hannibal's army during the time. The first line of infantry consisted of Celtic and Gallic mercenaries, who tended to be a staple of Hannibal's field armies when facing the Romans. They were fierce warriors who harbored a natural hatred for Romans due to their many